You've been told to just manage your symptoms. But what if your problem is hiding below the surface? Welcome to Root Cause Wellness.
All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to unpack something that is incredibly common, but wow, is it misunderstood. We're talking about the vaginal dryness trap, and more importantly, what nobody seems to be telling you about its connection to your hormones and your diet.
I mean, does this feel familiar to you? That awful, frustrating cycle of irritation, dryness, maybe a weird odor you can't shake? Or that sinking feeling when you know another UTI or yeast infection is coming? You use the creams, you take the antibiotics, and for a second you think it's gone, but then it just comes right back. It can feel totally hopeless.
And what are we so often told? Oh, that's just part of getting older. But I'm here to tell you that is absolutely not the whole story. It is not some inevitable fate you just have to accept. So the real question is, what is actually going on here?
Okay, let's get into the first big revelation. We really need to talk about what I call the great hygiene myth. You know the drill. We are constantly sold this idea that the solution to these problems is to just be cleaner. Use more products, more washes, more everything. But here is the shocking truth. Those very solutions are very often the real cause of the problem.
And here they are, the usual suspects. Intimate washes, scented wipes, shaving gels, douches. I mean, the list goes on. These things are marketed to us like they're essential for health, but really, they're loaded with harsh chemicals that are waging an all-out war against your body's own natural protective systems.
So if those products are the bad guys, what are they actually attacking? Well, to get that, we need to understand your body's incredible, built-in invisible barrier.
So, let me introduce you to the hero of our story, Lactobacillus. Now, don't let the word bacteria scare you. This is the good guy. This is a friendly bacteria that is absolutely essential for your vaginal health. Its main job is to produce lactic acid, and that acid creates a naturally protective, slightly acidic environment. It is your body's #1 line of defense.
And this is exactly why that acidity matters so much. It all comes down to pH. Think of it this way. A healthy, acidic environment is like a fortress with a keep-out sign for bad germs. But when that balance gets thrown off and shifts towards alkaline, well, it's like opening the gates and rolling out the welcome mat for all sorts of unwanted pathogens.
Here is the absolute best way to think about it. That acidic barrier is your own personal, invisible security system. And those harsh chemicals in the hygiene products we just talked about, they are basically coming in and cutting the wires, shutting the entire system down, and leaving you completely vulnerable.
Okay, so we've covered the attack from the outside with all those chemicals, but that is only half the battle. Now we've got to look at what's going on inside our bodies. Let's talk about the sugar and yeast loop.
So, once that protective barrier, that security system, is down, who decides to move in and throw a party? Pathogens. And one of the most common ones is called Candida, which is basically yeast. And what kind of environment does yeast absolutely love to grow in? You guessed it, an alkaline one.
But here's the thing. It's not just the external chemicals that are pushing your body into that dangerous alkaline state. There are powerful forces inside your body doing the exact same thing. We're talking about a diet that's high in sugar and refined carbs, chronic stress that skyrockets your cortisol levels, and yep, even birth control pills can contribute.
And this is where it gets really bad, because this creates a vicious cycle. Let me walk you through it. Step 1, you eat sugar or refined carbs. Step 2, the Candida yeast in your system has an absolute feast. Step 3, and this is the real kicker, as the yeast eats the sugar, it releases ammonia as a waste product. Now, ammonia is highly alkaline, so that makes the environment even more alkaline, which destroys your protective barrier even more, which in turn makes it even easier for more yeast to grow. You see how you get trapped?
I know, that sounds really daunting. But here's the good news. Understanding that cycle is the key to breaking it. So let's talk about the solution, because there is a clear path forward.
The whole solution can be boiled down into 3 simple but really powerful steps. Number 1, ditch the chemical products that are wrecking your defenses from the outside. Number 2, starve the yeast by cutting off its food supply. And number 3, rebuild your protective barrier from the inside out. Let's look at exactly how we're going to do that.
Okay, step 2 is absolutely critical. You have to starve the yeast. And you do that by cutting off its fuel. That means eliminating sugar and refined carbs. Adopting a healthy, whole foods, ketogenic diet is an incredibly powerful tool here, and so is practicing intermittent fasting, which gives your whole system a chance to rest and reset. And finally, step 3, we've got to rebuild that barrier.
We're talking about actively bringing back the good guys. A high-quality probiotic that contains our hero strains, Lactobacillus and Acidophilus, is key here. You can also give your body a huge boost by adding naturally acidic things to your diet, like a little apple cider vinegar or fermented foods like sauerkraut, which are packed with good bacteria.
So the big takeaway here is this. This isn't about finding a temporary fix in a tube of cream. It's about getting to the root cause and truly healing your body from the inside out. So the real question is for you. Are you ready to finally break the cycle? And hey, if you're someone who has already ditched the chemicals and cut the sugar, please share your success story in the comments. You have no idea how much your story could help and inspire another woman.
Remember, true health is about getting to the underlying root cause, not just managing your symptoms with a label and a pill.